We signed Miles. I think it's Killebrew. I think that's how you say that.
That's a badass name.
It is, bro. I like it. It kind of reminds me of like Killmonger from, Black
Sure.
Panther and stuff. Anytime you got kill, destroy, violence, anything like that.
Beer.
Yeah.
Miles is a good first name. Like, it's a dope name.
It's a strong name. Name. I like that name. Yes, indeed. Well, we signed him to a 1-year deal. Obviously, he used to play with the Detroit Lions, man. And then we signed offensive lineman Joe Haeg. I think that's how you say his last name. He was from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, he is very familiar. You might not know his name, but in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady threw a pass to an offensive lineman. Pass is incomplete, but this was the gentleman that the pass was thrown to right here. Yes, indeed. So,
do you want to say anything about the pass?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
okay.
I thought, and this is based off what you've said, he shouldn't have caught that because of the defensive back. You were like, that's such an easy play for the defensive back. It looked like he had it. It hit up against his helmet a little bit, but he was going to catch it if the defensive back wasn't there. It's not like he dropped it.
No. Just play.
So people are making a way bigger deal out of the so-called drop that he had.
Wasn't it?
I didn't consider that a drop.
Well, and I didn't say it was drop. Right? I said it was.
No, but a lot of people make fun of him for that.
I was like, no, it's not a drop.
No, I'm serious. Like a lot of the news outlets and articles are like, yeah, you may know him because he dropped this pass in the Super Bowl. I'm like,
definitely didn't drop.
I didn't think it was a drop.
No, that was a good play by the DB. I mean, as a DB or a defender, you're taught that if it's a taller defender, which this guy is, I mean, you don't have a lot of 6'5", 6'6" running around in the secondary. All you do is you're not going to be able to jump up there to 6'6" to catch that ball, right? Because, once he's 6'6", he extends his arm, he jumps. You do the math. He's a lot taller than that. But what you do, you wait till they come down. And when they're coming down, they have to bring the ball down. Most receivers are going to bring the ball down. Now, the elite ones, your Gronks, your Julio Jones, your DeAndre Hopkins, they're able to one hand or keep the ball up out of reach. But that is very difficult to do. So as a defender, you're taught that when the ball is coming down, even if it's in two hands, it doesn't matter. When he's bringing that ball down, you take all of your might and you jump up, you punch for that ball. You're trying to do whatever it can to just rip that ball. You want to just play the laws of physics. While his motion is coming down, you're trying to create a new initial force that is even more powerful, going the opposite direction to draw that ball loose. And that's what happened on the play. But shout out to Joe because I was excited because, we had another offensive lineman on our team who came on the show during the interview and was very much outspoken about wanting to receive a pass. And he hasn't received one just yet. Okay.
Do we have a battle coming up?
I think we do. I don't know if it's beef, but I'm starting. All right. Zach Banner has been on record. He came on the show. It was on record about saying what? He wants a pass. He said if Duck doesn't throw him the ball, he said Duck rhymes with something else. And we were just like, all right, it's family friendly. Don't go too far, but I got you. You know what I mean? So now that Joe actually did receive a pass from Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, between those two guys, between Joe and Zach, man, who gets the reception first for the Steelers?
I think we need to have Banner back on and ask him, would you have caught that?
Seriously. Like, Zach, are you going to high point it and keep it up high, big man? Or are you going to bring it down like Joe did and get it broken up? Like, which one are you going to do? I'm curious.
Actually, I don't think you want to win the battle for the pass because if you win the battle to potentially get a pass thrown to you, that means you're the sixth offensive lineman.
The catch-22.
It is. What do you want more?
On, right?
Do you want to lose the spot for left tackle or right tackle, or do you want to catch a pass?
well, if Joe caught that pass in the Super Bowl, he is talked about more than any offensive lineman that started in that Super Bowl.
We would be going crazy right now. We would be going crazy.
So, which one do you want? You know what I mean?
The other one gets you more money, though.
Which one gets you more endorsements, though?
Well, that's interesting. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make up for just the starter money for left tackle or right tackle.
Very true.
But you could start at left tackle or right tackle and play bad, and then your reputation's done.
Yes.
If you just find that niche of 6 offensive linemen catching the pass here or there, you can find yourself maybe a long career. Like, the good staple guy for the locker room. Brings the energy.
Everybody loves the number 2 quarterback.
Right.
Everybody loves the extra offensive lineman. Think about Zach Banner. Zach Banner, they were cheering him as the extra. 72 is eligible. We cheered for that. Think about that. We were cheering for that. We didn't cheer for, Marquise Pouncey with a block on the play. We didn't care. David DeCastro with a pancake. Okay, cool. Like, we didn't care about none of that. 72 is eligible. Oh, let's go. So, I'm just saying, Joe, maybe.
So what do you think it's going to be him then?
I do.
You think we're actually going to start running those formations then?
Well, the reason I'm not opposed to it is because if you have watched Canada's Pitt tape, he does have that in his repertoire where he's thrown passes to offensive linemen. So we were kind of joking about it, me and some of the other people I do shows with, about, man, like, if Canada was going to do this, who is he throwing it to? We're like, well, Al probably makes the best sense because of his former pedigree. But then we're like, well, he's a free agent right now, so that's not going to work. So he's kind of going through our list. But, I mean, if this is a guy that has already, had a pass thrown to him before, and if Tom Brady was throwing a pass to him, I think he'll be okay catching the pass from, anybody else, right? But to see, what Canada has been able to do with some of that stuff, I just don't rule it out. That's the big thing. So
we tried it against Washington with Chooks.
Yeah, we tried it with Chooks. And also earlier, didn't we try it? We threw one to Hawkins.
I can't remember.
Yeah. It was Gerald Hawkins. Yeah, we threw one to him as well.
Maybe that was the Washington
I think
one.
that was the one, yeah. Because Chooks would have been starting at right tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the game then, yeah. Because it was to the right side. Threw it, was rolling out. Was it third? It was like third down or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Yeah. So we've definitely seen some of that stuff. But the reason why you do it is because defensively, we like to gamble when you get an extra O-lineman on the field. We told you extra O-lineman and fullbacks, we're blitzing that. We're treating it like, this guy's not going to catch a pass. And we know that you bring him on the field because you want to either run the ball this way or you're passing the ball. So we treat it like, hey, we're going to be reckless. Why can it be successful for the offense? What happens when that extra O-lineman is actually athletic enough to fake the block and turn around and catch a pass? Especially when it's condensed field, red zone areas, or if it's third and short, fourth and short. That's the type of stuff that catches you off guard. You don't do it. You don't major in it. You don't do it multiple times. This is a one-off. You know what I mean? But that type of stuff, though, man, you could definitely do it, and it can catch you by surprise. And that's why a lot of times you see it in the red zone, and teams score very frequently on these type of plays because as a defender, I'm smaller than this guy. So I don't have the luxury of guessing. I don't have the luxury of, I'm going to play this and react to that. I have to decide right now, because if he comes off this ball playing and he's trying to run block me, I don't stand a chance. So I have to be full speed go. And that's why that type of stuff can work, man. So I like it, though. I like it.
So maybe in those situations, like, let's say Banner could be the starting right tackle or left tackle, whatever it is. But just for those goal line situations, we're like, oh, man, he gives us the best chance to catch the pass. So we'll bump him out and we'll put this dude in the normal left tackle spot. So maybe you could have the best of both worlds.
Well, and think about this. Matt Canada staple, right? What did we see last year early on? We saw Al Villanueva lined up on the right side, remember? Now, it was a pre-snap shift because Ben goes through his cadence, and then after that, Al checks back over. But they could have easily ran a play out of that formation, and it would just been an unbalanced line. So Al technically could have been eligible, depending on, I can't remember where he was lined up exactly on that right side, but depending on where he's at, that end guy is an eligible receiver. So your end guy on that situation was either going to be Chooks or it was going to be Al, right? Just depending on how they were lined up. As a defense, we got to talk about that. If we haven't prepared for that, that's a blown coverage. That can get you right there. So it's things like that where you already seen Canada just giving you the blueprint of it. He hasn't really deep dove into that thing. And I'm just like, man, all right, come on, Joe. Or Zach, whichever one. I like it, though.
So you just like the move in general? I do. Yeah. I mean, we need that. We need offensive line depth. He's not a bona fide starter. He's not the greatest of all time, but just as someone, if someone gets hurt, we could plug him in there. Versatility. I'm good with it. Yeah, I mean, championship pedigree. Yeah, he's played inside and outside. He's played at guard and at tackle. Obviously, last year he played in 12 games, but he didn't start. I think he started. It was like 3 or 4. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, he started 3 or 4. He played all 4 postseason games, but he only started either 1 or 2 regular season games. But it was at guard. That was the thing. So they say he's obviously been able to play guard or tackle, but he's operated mainly as that extra O lineman. So no different than what Zach Banner's role was 2 years ago. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays from a competition standpoint. I actually had a chance to catch up with Zach Banner as well since he signed his new deal. And from, his conversation with Coach Tomlin, he basically said that he's not slated at right or left tackle just yet. He just knows that he's going to be able to compete for one of the starting spots. That's what they communicated to him. So he says that they could still draft a guy early. They could still go out here. Based on how this free agency is with these new voidable contracts, I was going to say you couldn't go out here and spend too much on free agency, but they got $2 million left on the cap. They could sign a $30 million deal, 34 in signing bonus, $1 million in base salary, 4 voidable years. Apparently. So, yeah, they got options. They got options. I've never seen this in my life.
That makes 2 of us, baby. And for everybody that says, we've been doing this, show me where this was talked about 2 months ago. Because not one network, not one person talked about this voidable year stuff until we saw it happen with who? Taysom Hill. And then after that, Ben, and there's so forth and so forth.